Welcome back to White Knuckle Racing. Today we're going to be going over rounds 7 and 8 of SSKC, which took place at Ocala Grand Prix. The event was a 2-day event, actually held into 1 day due to the inclement weather coming to Central Florida in the form of Dorian. Here we have the finals for round number 7. It was a very quick start to the race. You can see here Neil Jorge right away trying to fight to get to that middle lane of the race, which I ended up getting shuffled up to 4th place. The leaders actually checked out in front of me. It was a pretty, I don't want to say dull race for me, but it was pretty uneventful as they started to build a gap and I was not able to recover in round number 7. As you can also see here, I am now in a TV cart. Earlier in the year, I showed some of you guys my Tony cart that I was driving, also nicknamed The Pretzel. Okay, but it was replaced by a 2019 206 chassis TV, and this thing is absolutely fast. Again, I cannot thank TV Cart USA for all the support that you guys have given me through SSKC this year. Now, as we move on to the finals of round number 8, again, all held on the same day, I am starting 3rd from the earlier qualifying. The event was very unique. It went practice, qualifying, pre-race, final, and a final. We go here to the green flag, and these guys absolutely bolted. So I got to go ahead and check out and find out why. What mistake am I committing here in the beginning of the races, why this keeps happening. But I did get shuffled all the way back to 5th place. Right off the starting line. Now, very, very unique about this final race, it was 20 laps. All year, we have not had any event that has had a 20-lap final, so I knew that all I had to do was to be patient. I knew my lap times were there from earlier practices and the previous races from the day, so I decided to just take my time and kind of let things come to me. As I do like to say, sometimes I am more lucky than good. Josh's tires here, obviously not up to temperature, this being only the 2nd or the 3rd lap of the race. He did go out wide, which allowed me to go on the inside of him. It did take me a few laps to track these guys down, but eventually I was able to catch them down the race. I was watching their line, just kind of trying to see where I can sneak the cart in there throughout the race. It did turn out to be very, very pivotal later in the race, as you all will see. Now, a few laps ahead, this is past the halfway point. I was able to reel them in as they did start to dogfight. You no longer see the helmet all the way in the front. The orange helmet, he is absolutely gone from us. But this is where all the fun started to begin. I knew that these guys were fighting for every point that they could, and I also wanted to try to get a podium and secure my 3rd spot for the championship for the year. So a very pivotal moment for me here in the race. I did start to see the guys in front of me and the leader starting to get wide on certain turns. So I knew that later in the race I was going to have that space to go ahead and, as we like to say, send the car in there, which would end up being something very, very pivotal for me here coming towards the final laps of the race. We were all very, very even. You can see here in the straight, we're all bumper to bumper, side by side. Absolutely blast. This is one of those races that sometimes you're like, man, I wish I could actually see this from the outside just to see what it looks like. Going into the tree turn here, Perkins, absolutely fantastic job closing the door and sticking to his line, getting the car to stick and staying with the momentum. So as I mentioned earlier, said that I had started to see some of the leaders starting to go wide, and as you can see, I was absolutely ready for it that time. He went a little bit wide. I was able to get in there and stick the turn. A couple laps later, going into the final white flag of the whole event, I stay here on Neil's bumper, and he's actually at this point, he is in full defense mode. You can see him there, kind of take a look back. Goes in a lot deeper into the apex, into that turn, obviously trying to block where I am. So a hard right-hander here, almost into the curb. We go into left hairpin, absolutely blocking the way, and I said, well, this is it. I either send it or I don't. So went ahead, I took the chance. I was hoping that they would go nice and wide. Unfortunately, he did not. But again, thank you TV Kart USA. Thank you SSKC. Had an absolutely great year. Cannot wait for next year, where we're going to go ahead and do all over again. Next year, I plan on doing senior weight, which is 350 pounds. But I am ready to go. Have a brand new chassis and can't ask for more.